Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rukakudash, the honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations all like the Akima Akwath, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity, another modern day madness and prophecies. Going to be starting with this first clip. It's probably going to piss some of y'all off like it did me. That's okay. That's what we're here for. Alright, so it's your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Let's get it. Now, what you have right here is our women doing what they do best, sexualizing themselves. But when you scroll down, you know, the brother had reposted it. It says what? El Mina Slave Castle in Ghana, at the gate of no return. It says Eve gotta shake her stinky butt everywhere. It says at the seaboard side of the castle was the door of no return, the infamous portal through which slaves boarded the ships that would take them on the treacherous journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage. It says by the 18th century, which is the 1700s, 30,000 slaves, I'm assuming were supposed to be in there. It says were on their way to North and South America, passed through El Mina's door of no return each year. Alright, so basically you have these group of so-called sisters, so-called black women, right, who are twerking at a place where slaves suffered, exchanged, and more than likely died. Our people have become degenerates, which is why it should be no hard thing for you to accept and understand that the majority of our people must be destroyed before we get to the kingdom of heaven. They simply do not have the mental faculties to make it as that first batch. What would possess you to do that at a place like that? All right, imagine, if you will, just flip the tables. Imagine if men, when we got up in groups together, decided to put on gray sweatpants and begin to rotate our hips in circles. All right, and you know what the outcome of that would be. All right, what does a man have attached to him to where if he was to rotate his hip in a circle, what would happen? Now imagine if men did that in groups randomly, or whenever their favorite song came on. You see how foul that shit would be? So why is it, what makes these women think that them turning around and exposing their sexual attractiveness, throwing it in a circle, what makes them think that's a good idea to do here, man? What the... man, Jake, hey... I can see if it was a nightclub. I can see if, you know, Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent, you at the stage. Why would you twerk in front of a slave memorial? Like, what's really going on with niggas' heads? Too far gone. All right, that's what's going on there. Too far gone. Isaiah 5. I want to get the word where it's used. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me just type in this. I know it's here. I'm looking right at it, but y'all know how I'll be looking right at a verse. Oh no, it's 2. Okay. Yeah, 2 and 21. Almost forgot. Jeremiah 2 and 21. Yet I planted thee a noble vine, a holy and a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Our people have become degenerates. Alright? We've made ourselves estranged from the Heavenly Father by way of our wicked deeds and actions that are utterly appalling. Like that. That shit is that's appalling. That's not attractive at all. Look, twerking in public ain't attractive at all. Twerking at a slave site should be a death sentence. That should be a death sentence. Next clip. There's a reason why the apostles, no matter who gets offended or who likes it or not, the elder apostles tell us for a reason avoid the average so-called Negro woman. They do not have the mental faculty that is required to make a good mate for us as Israelite men. So avoid them until the kingdom. We'll get them back in the kingdom. Now let me get, I'll pair up these two clips.
Ooh, she likes blacks. You like blacks, don't you?
She's not picky and she's not smart. Do you know what her name is?
Blackie.
The old saying was that a woman who's with a black man, the black man is in bad company.
Wait, so we hide from your neighbors so they don't think that you're riding with a black person?
I don't care. They probably think I'm holding you hostage.
Well, this is like a tourist attraction. You know what? All blacks, make sure y'all come here and we can visit. Oh no, that wasn't the purpose of you showing me that, right?
I would hope we don't have black. Then we would have even a worse crime rate. Make good target. Maybe we should put an orange on you.
What about me isn't dateable for a white woman?
Your genetics.
What about it?
Black people have, it's not just skin color.
Okay,
They have lower IQ, lower impulse control. Black people not only never developed an advanced civilization, they can't maintain one.
Who's your favorite black superhero? What scene in the Boys in the Hood movie made you cry the most and the most emotional?
Oh, I didn't see it. Were they shooting each other?
Yeah, they were.
Why would I be crying at that movie? You must remember, the Klan is the original Boys in the Hood.
Are you a male?
Yes.
Are you a man?
Yes.
Are you a he?
Oh, yeah.
Do you get into that mentally ill stuff?
No.
Come back and with me right now.
Oh, probably pretty low, but
Okay.
there's always hope. You're still black.
I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, that Boys in the Hood joke was funny. But right here, you see how now this Jake, he goes around to different places interviewing people and asks them how they feel about black people. And this is the second time he had returned to, where did he say? I think he's in Mississippi, somewhere down south, and he went to go interview that Edomite again. And that Edomite lets him know how they feel about us. And this is new. This is from, I could go pull the clip on YouTube. This is new, 2023. You still got Edomites ready to use you niggas as target practice, like he said. He said the original Boys in the Hood is the Klan, boy. You know, hey, that's cold-blooded. Let me get the next clip.
We can get 500 grand for this place.
The neighbors just sold for 480, and our place is so much nicer. Oh shit, that's the real estate agent. Take this. Spray your face, spray your neck, spray your arms.
And that'll work.
Just do it, Reggie. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Come in. You?
Oh, wow.
Thank you for coming. I'm sorry? Bridget?
Right, that makes more sense. I'm sorry, I didn't get yours.
Michaela.
Perfect. You have an absolutely beautiful white home. I'll bet you I can get you at least 600 for it. Oh, this is so sweet. I'm such a fan of lesbians. All right, we'll get this on the market, and we'll probably have a best and whitest by tomorrow. Huh, that's an interesting birthmark.
Oh, I was a child of divorce, and there was.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your time, and we will wait for your call. Thank you. Bye. We look forward to your conversation. Bye.
Oh, that was close. You must have missed a spot.
Privilege is the shit. I'm gonna go interview to be an NFL coach.
Privilege made from white women's tears.
Hey, they stupid. Privilege. But this goes to show you, both these two clips, our status is completely at the bottom. And although that's a skit, situations like that have happened in real life. In the second one, I'm pretty sure some of y'all know the famous story of the black couple. You know, there's some wealthy, smart, well-to-do so-called black man and black woman. They were selling their house, and the appraisal only came out to $400,000. But when they had two of their white friends get the house appraised, they were able to get it appraised for $1.4 million. So they got like a whole a million increase, which goes to show you that Esau practices prejudice and so-called institutional racism against us, and that's not a myth. All right, I myself have a former coworker I used to work with who experienced the same thing. He went to go buy some, he got bread. He went to go buy some like 4 Ram trucks, because he has like food trucks and shit on the side. And when he went to go get a quote, they gave him outrageous prices. So he said, okay, So he sent in his black wife with one of his Edomite friends as if they were together, and was able to get a deal way at a lower price. And so right before he had his friend confirm the purchase, he came in and I'm tripping. He came in and stepped in and took over the purchase, and the Edomites at the dealer couldn't renege on him because it was already set up. Like, literally, y'all, that shit literally happens. You'll have Jake try to go get a good deal and it won't work, or we'll get lowballed, and so they'll go ask one of their Edomite friends to do it, which is why it's good to have friends of the mammon of the world. All right. Well, what does this show you ultimately? The fact that we are esteemed as the lowest of the low here in this captivity. Psalms 44 and 14. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. Literally, everyone looks down on us. Everyone talks crazy on us. Everyone has, we get treated poorly. Now, granted, I just showed y'all that first clip. Yeah, some of these niggas do deserve to get... some of these niggas do give us a bad image. But regardless of that, you don't... how can I put this? Every other nationality is given the benefit of the doubt and is treated with respect. We are immediately, even when you're dealing with one of the good ones of us, so-called, right? A bright one, a smart one, an intelligent one. We are immediately still treated like the lower portion, like the scumbag, if you will. All other nationalities, it's reverse. Here it is, you might have a scumbag Edomite in front of you, and he's getting the benefit of the doubt as if he's a good Edomite. We don't get that. We immediately get treated like shit. All right, there's another scripture. I believe it's in Ezekiel. Let me see. I believe it's in Ezekiel. But that was told that this was going to be one of our punishments, which is how we know that we're the Israelites. Ezekiel. Is it Ezekiel? Or am I tripping? Salakia, y'all. It may be. I know I just read the one in Psalms. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I think this is what I was thinking of. Deuteronomy. I meant to say byword instead of proverb. Deuteronomy 28:37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall lead thee. So motherfuckers, wherever we are, which is one of the ways that we know we're the Israelites, because the curses follow us. You can be in China, you getting looked at crazy, talk too crazy, you know. So if we're not the Israelites, then who are? Because it also tells us in Deuteronomy that these curses would be upon us for a sign, for us to know who we are. All right, and now let me get this. This is something going on over here in Detroit right now, actually. A lot of power went out over the weekend because of a storm. You know, and at work today, I was actually involved in cleaning some of this shit up. There was actually one guy who, a DTE worker, which is the energy provider here in Michigan, the major energy provider, he got electrocuted to death touching a live wire. You know, so there's a lot of, yeah, look, whenever it rains heavy in Detroit metro area, y'all, it turns into the fucking apocalypse. Especially like 2 years ago, I remember I did a live stream when it was happening live, the flooding. And a guy from Canada was stuck here in Detroit. He hopped on the stream asking for help how to get back to Canada. I was like, I don't know nothing about none of that. And I started prophesying on him. He said he was from Turkey originally. At first he was saying none of what I was saying was applying to him. And then he started getting cut. He was like, damn. I was like, yeah, you better take your ass back to Turkey. But regardless, whenever we have bad weather here, all of the emergency systems flood out. So literally, y'all, Detroit floods bad. You know, when the snow happens, it gets bad. The society is Esau. This place couldn't last 100 more years if he wanted it to, y'all. This especially this society was a hodgepodge. He hurried up and built everything. He didn't take things into consideration. The structures that were built in ancient societies, ancient Israel, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Persian Medes. Many of those, some of them buildings still stand to this day. none of what Esau has built today would last. These roads will be all broke up. What you think would happen to all these telephone poles, y'all? Them shits is wood. It rains. These telephone poles would literally rot the fuck out eventually. He doesn't have the ability to replace all these poles. There ain't enough trees on the earth, nigga. He'll chop every goddamn tree down. All right, so I'm just pulling this clip to show you that the integrity of these modern day societies, they're not gonna last, y'all. Your city can't even handle rain. Nigga, this is planet Earth. It rains here. Why would you build structures that are incompatible with natural weather patterns? It doesn't make sense, all right? So let's come to scripture. It's gonna fall. It can't, it's not a matter of fact. He thinks it's gonna last forever, but it's not. Isaiah 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their land after their own name. So this guy is under the assumption that his shit is gonna last forever, but it's not. All right, we know that in Job. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. None of what he has built here is forever. These cars, honestly, y'all, if you get a car that lasts you 5 years, that's a solid car. Because the average Jake, when you get your little Jake Mobile, you finna get 2 years out of it at best. Keeping it a buck. These cars ain't the cars from the 90s and the 80s. You still got cars from the 90s on the road to this day, lasting 30 some years. Cars from the 80s still, trucks, lasting to this day. These punk ass new 2000, man, these man, what? Your shit already through. God damn it. Let me go to the next clip, man. These cities, it's all falling apart. And good. Alright, let me get that shit's wild over there. I'm gonna come back for that later. I'll come back for that later.
They're out in the open now. They're out in the open now. They're not even trying to conceal it anymore. The owners of the country they got their election. They said, we're going to get this election. We put you people in that court for a reason. Now's the time to earn for you now. Yeah, forget all that stupid. They're openly driving the bus, and we're all in the back.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America. Now, talk about conspiracy, but
you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And for you to be 7 oil companies, there are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice.
And this is a good little clip. And of course, it's the coon monkey Negro trying to speak up against him. And what he's saying, George Carlin, which I'm pretty sure many of y'all already know of, brothers have done many videos doing clips with him. But what he's saying is true. There doesn't have to necessarily be a direct conspiracy where interests converge. Meaning what? Now, granted, y'all, we call the elite, they have the terms they used to call themselves, Illuminati, this and that. At this point now, y'all, they probably don't even call themselves the Illuminati no more, man. They probably got all different types of names and things for each other. But regardless, they all have the same goal in mind. These elite Edomites, these motherfuckers running the show. All right. So and contrary to what, the average person, you start bringing this stuff to them, they want to call you a conspiracy theorist. No, this is not a conspiracy. Like he said, there used to be, hell, y'all, there used to be all the car companies used to have like fucking 100 cars you could pick from each. You got the big 3 now. Go on Ford's website, Chrysler's website. Chrysler got 4 cars right now, man. Say I'm lying. The Pacifica and the damn, I forget the alternate version. You have the Pacifica and the other name, the van. Okay, they got the one van, the Pacifica, and the I think it's called the Voyager, which is the same damn thing. Pacifica is just the upgraded version. You got the Chrysler 300. You got the I think that's Chrysler's 2 vehicles. They don't even make the 200s no more. They don't even make them. And then for Dodge, what? You got the Dodge Rams, the Dodge Journeys, the Dodge Charger and Child. That's it. You got 4 cars. These people, they have what you call cognitive dissonance. They don't want to accept the truth. They find it too hard to believe that there is a group of mother effers in the background pulling strings to fuck over everyone's lives. But there is. How do we know so? The scriptures tell us. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. Matter of fact, I could give verse 2, but something else I want to go to. So this lets you know there's people that's pulling strings, right? You go to Sirach, but the problem that we face commonly when we try to tell these idiots out here, all right, they don't. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, what? Where is this at? Is that 22? Is that Sirach 22? Yep, and 8. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in a slumber. When he hath told his tale, he will say, what is the matter? That's what you just saw, y'all. George Carlin just gave him the breakdown. And that nigga said, oh, back to earth. Nigga, we on earth. Where you getting fed GMO, chemicals is landing down on you, which is why you can't breathe every summer. Your woman is a harlot demon. Your kids don't listen. Yeah, we on earth where it's real shitty. And no thanks to niggas like you trying to help, trying to call, and which, George Carlin, he may be a Jake, he looks like an Edomite, so I'm not necessarily bigging him up, but I'm just getting mad about it because we deal with this, we go through this same sentiment. You try to tell somebody something for their own damn good, but they's a fucking fool. So go jump off the cliff then, nigga. Go follow the sheep and go earn your death when it comes.
They're out in the open now. They're not even trying to conceal it anymore. The owners of the country they got their election. They said, we're going to get this election. We'll put you people in that court for a reason.
Right,
Now's the
back
time
to earth for you now.
Yeah, forget all.
Yeah, man, that's the part that pissed me off. And this was on ABC News, and this was back in the day, and they're much more open with it now. They're way much more open with it now. And of course, look at the coon. Look at the coon.
To buy elections and control America. Now
Talk about back to earth.
conspiracy, but
You don't need a formal conspiracy.
Right.
When interests converge, these people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them. And they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice.
Yeah, man, that nigga don't know. That nigga need to shut up, man. Nigga, shut your black ass up. All right, now let me get. I got a couple on deck. I'm gonna just show this real quick. Y'all forgive me. I know y'all gonna be mad, but these are the times we're living in. Y'all are seeing that correctly, okay? What you saw was a grown man up on a bench, up behind a horse, trying to put the stroke down on a fucking horse, man. In public, this shit, boy. Hey, now what does the law say concerning a son of a gun who tries to partake in an action such as that? Never would I have ever. When I was I was talking to one of the brothers over the weekend, man. When I was a child, I just never thought I would have grown up into a world like this. This is make-believe crazy land. This is make-believe crazy land. Leviticus 20:15. If a man lie with the beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. Plain and simple. And I'm willing to say this: if a man who's willing to lay with an animal, I'm willing to say that nigga that motherfucker not too far from being a fag either. If you willing to take it that far, trying to put the smacks on some animals, you don't got no problem doing other deviancies, which is why here the 20th chapter, let's let you know all who you can and can't lay down with. And you can't lay down with animals. So now Mr. Horsey got to die. Crazy. I'm not even going to... Let me get up out of that. I'm not going to play that too much. Madness. Y'all saw it. Y'all synced it. Madness. I don't know where that was recorded. I don't know what the hell's going on. But that's madness.
Frequencies.
Now, there's a couple things here. Of course, obviously, you know, there's a reason we're those blessed, talented, chosen people. Hey, look at Jake, man. Jake got the Timbs on. He got the fucking Timbs on. Man, you can't tell me we not the chosen people, man. This Jake in his Timbs, singing the damn roof off the house. But one thing that I did find utterly disturbing was how, you know, you had that gay nigga on the stand from the Cry, one of them judges, but something that stands out, we're the chosen. You know, we know that. Everyone knows that. You look at the faces of the crowd. Edomites is crying. They're looking at him in shock and awe. Yet and still, when they get up and go home, they have no problems calling any of us the N-word. All right, here it is. This devil, he's fascinated with our capabilities as a people, but even still, he hates our guts. All right, we are the salt of the earth. Just imagine now. This is this one Jake right here singing. Imagine what our symphonies will sound like once we get back in the kingdom, because we had singers. David and Solomon set all that up. You had the men that was singing, which is why, you know, you got the spirit of Jake. They'll be so heavy in the choir, which a lot of them be Bati boys. But our people, we're clearly the talented ones here on the earth. All right. Matter of fact. And I'll say that there's nothing about singing in and of itself that is effeminate. A man can sing. David sung. Solomon sung. But, you know, I made mention of the choir because we know that a lot of those dudes in church be Banti boys. But we're going to be able to get back to the stead, which is something I look forward to because I like to sing shit. We're going to be able to sing for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and it's not going to be seen as, you know, effeminate or... You know, we're not going to be having them hoe tendencies or none of that shit that you see now. So, let me get this. So, let me get. Yeah, I think this is, okay, yep. We'll do it with this one. David and Solomon did. We'll do it with this one with David. 1 Chronicles 15 and 16. And David spake to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers, with instruments of music, psalteries and harps, and cymbals sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. All right, so we are a great people, capable of great many things. All right, contrary to what that Edomite bastard said, y'all ain't never built no advanced civilization nor maintained it. Nigga, go learn some real history, man, and not iconoclasm history as you've been taught. We're a great people. We're capable of very great things, which is why you Edomites love to have us as your entertainment. Like I said, let's come back here. He's singing a Latin song, if I remember correctly, because I looked it up. It's something like "Jesus have mercy on us" type shit, right? P. Jesu something. But you look at the crowd. Look, these is Edomites cheering him on. We're the spectacle and the salt of their look. I don't know. She may be Northern Kingdom, but I know she got plastic surgery all through her face. But you see, these Edomites are in shock and awe because they know they can't ever do that ever in a worthless life without 20 years of training. He's doing this at 13. Simon Cowell, punk ass. All right. Damn. Okay. Of course. Matthew 5 and 13. I'll end it on this. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So that's the point we're at now, y'all. We're the salt of the earth, we're the chosen people, but we've lost our savor to a degree because we stopped following Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's time to get back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, so just another modern day madness prophecies, keep you up to date with what's going on. Hey, we give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem. Rakakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim Akwath, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.